What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 3 of the ForgeServ Let's Play series. So, in between episodes while LPEC was streaming, and I didn't want to kind of conflict with that, so in between episodes while he was streaming, I did a few things that were pretty insubstantial. I got a coke oven put together. I got 2 of them put here in the wall. And the smeltery here has been moved and finished, and it looks good if you ask me. And I also, where did I put that? Maybe I put it over here. I think I put it over here. I made an experienced solidifier. There we go. And I also made a barrel from car set so that I could store it pretty easily. So now we have our solidified experience, and it'll be very easy to keep it all saved up whenever we might need it. So I think that's pretty good. I've also been working, as you can see, on the house itself with the treated wood kind of being a constant necessity of ours. So I plan on building even more with it, and it'll take a little while to get everything done that I want done with it all, but you know, we'll get there soon enough. So I've just got a few things that I need to clean up real quick, and then we can get started on today's episode, where I actually had planned on going to the Nether. I've got everything that I need, as you can see in my inventory, except for a flint and steel, which should not be that difficult to make, because I didn't do anything stupid with the flint and steel recipe. So, just plain old flint and steel. And now we can make our nether portal. Now, I don't actually know where I want to make the nether portal. And that's kind of, you know, something I always run into. I don't know why it's always so difficult for me to decide where I want to put it. So we'll go ahead and do this real quick. And we'll do sort of just a, just a planked look like this for now. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should stop trying to netherize the portal and try to make it feel overworldy. Anyways, I'm probably gonna die. I didn't bring a bow and arrow with me. Might regret that. We will just see. I found a blaze and he's mad. But he's also really far away, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do here. But there is some good stuff over here. So I might just kill this guy, get this ore, and run. Yeah, so this is a sizzling experience to be certain. Now, somewhere, there should be a blaze rod, I thought. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't get one from that guy. Well, I have one. How many did I need for blast furnace? Let's see. So the blast furnace, or blast brick. Blast furnace is 27 blast brick. Blast brick recipe crafts 3, so I need 9 of this recipe, which means I need 9 blaze powder, unless you can get more from... Nope, it doesn't look like it. Who's mad? Are you mad? Yeah, he's mad. He can see me already. That's weird. They have a better AI than zombies, it seems. So there we go. Everything we need for our blast furnace. And a hammer. Perfect. So, it'll go right here. Boom. So now we have our blast furnace right over here. And we can go very quickly grab some iron. And in fact, I have a lot of iron, so we'll grab a stack and a half of it and split it up into 48 and 48 and go ahead and process up all of this stuff. Oh yeah, that's right, I only made one. Sorry, I was thinking about these two being here, but they're not this thing. So we'll go and start making some steel, and the reason I even care about steel is because if you take a look at the uses, first of all, it's a good place to start with a water wheel, which is kind of what I want to do. And of course, there's your usual set of immersive engineering recipes. There's a few industrial craft recipes, industrial wires, which is pretty cool, and a few mine tweaker recipes as well that I've put in. I think it's really just the energy acceptor, and there might be something else, but I think it's just that. We'll go and make ourselves an obsidian pick for now. It'll be temporary, of course, because the pickaxe has been well designed, in my opinion. I've been kind of trying to keep things pretty narrow on here. So we have a really bad binding, but we can replace that with paper, probably is going to be the plan. So we will go ahead and make ourselves an obsidian pickhead, go get cobalt and ardite, and make a whole new hammer from scratch. Probably work on replacing parts from the lumber axe as well. So I'm going to sit here and wait. Oh, did I need a second gold ingot? That's right, gold takes 2. Oh well, I'm going to sit here and wait until the obsidian stuff is ready, and I'll be back. There we go. And so now we can just do this, and you can see it obviously drastically reduces the durability. But this is temporary. The nice thing about the tool pieces being replaceable is the fact that I am putting this on here simply long enough to go get my cobalt. Roughly a stack of each, well, 48 and 40, so almost a stack. Pretty close, and besides, we hardly ever need that much. Like, I don't think I've actually ever needed that much in the past. So our tool parts are just about ready, but I wanted to come over here and grab some sugar cane if I have any. I don't really have a lot, so it might actually behoove us to go and grow some. So we can just go through and spam bone meal on all of these. And we should be good to go. And the fun part about bone mealing sugarcane is you can just stand in one space and it'll work. So we have our Manulin blade for our sword, so that should bump it up from 9.6 to 12.4 damage, and drops down the durability a little bit, but I'm okay with durability. I'm not actually concerned too much by durability. Because all in all, Night Slime actually has higher durability, but it's more for the mining speed that I do a lot of these things. So, oh yeah, I'm going to start with a completely new hammer, so we can actually just put this one away. But I do want to fix up this guy as well. How is that? Is that going to be more? Actually, it'll be less, and it'll only be faster. It might be better to spend that 8 on a plate. I actually think that might have been a better investment. So why don't I make a plate cast real quick, and we can do that. Alright, so, wow, yeah, no, that is actually a lot more durability. So I'm glad I made that swap. Now, it does seem to drastically lower my mining speed. Now, if I do it like this, I get the most damage, but I lose a modifier. Now, let me see. There's something about embossing as well. So that might be worth it to just do this and live with only quote-unquote, only 3 modifiers and have a lot of durability. I'm thinking that might not be a terrible idea. Why don't we do that? So we'll have a copper handle still. We can do mending moss, and then we'll have 2 modifiers left, which I guarantee you will probably end up going towards speed, depending on... Yeah, I think one will go to speed. I think the other one might go to fortune. Or possibly might be smart. Maybe I should do the smart thing here. Maybe I should shoot for 2 layers of reinforcement. So this will give me essentially Unbreaking 2, which is a good thing. Because and that's not really that slow. I've had slower. And I don't do a lot of mining. It's just to help with mining all the clusters of ores. And I've got this pick now, which I also need to put a reinforcement on. That's a good time to do it right now. And how about my Matic? I have 2 modifiers. We'll use 1 for a reinforcement. And how about my Lumber Axe? Reinforcement? Because I like the reinforcements. They're good. Yeah, we'll do that. So now we have a lot of really decent tools. And we have some very nice modifiers on them. We're also doing really nicely on our steel now, where we have like about a stack or so. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go and take the remaining steel and cast it, because I made more steel in the end than I actually decided to use. Or no, I did use it. My bad. It was the copper I was thinking about. So I need to do that. And then we should be pretty good off and ready to go. So I'm happy with how the pick is going and how all the tools are looking. They're definitely looking pretty strong, pretty powerful. And don't think that I didn't upgrade the Matic just because it looks like it's Night Slime. I actually just put, as you can tell by the speed, I put the cobalt over onto the shovel part. So it'll be really fast at mining out grass and dirt and stuff of that sort. And we should be pretty much set as far as durability goes, too. So that's nice. Alright, so from that little montage, you should hopefully have figured out that I'm up to something. So underneath this place, I'd like to get that nice big room dug out because it seems like it could be potentially super duper useful for moving some of our blocks into there instead of having them over here on the surface. But I also kind of want to work on the surface out here first, and so what I think I'm going to do is start there and move out. So why don't we grab about, I don't know, half a stack or so of those, and let's go ahead and get the cobblestone ready, because I would like to start shaping out a bit of a, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like a fountain, I guess, sort of. And so, of course, to do that, we have chisels and bits now. And so I'll need a few things from that. We're going to need a chisel. I'm probably just going to go ahead and make a diamond one. I've got the materials for that. And we will make ourselves a few of these patterns. So we're going to want, first of all, we just want to take something like this. Do that, and let me go ahead and just delete the rest of that. I need wool. Any chance that I have wool anywhere? I don't think I have any wool. Well, that's okay. I'll just make some from string. I've got plenty of string for sure. And so that will get us our chiseled bit bag. And we can start putting these things away in here. And then I also need to get the different patterns. So I'm thinking maybe 3 of those and 1 of the negatives. And I've got a bucket in my backpack here. In fact, I've got a few. We can grab a few buckets worth of water all at once. And it looks like this is also ready for harvest, which is good. I should probably do that pretty soon, to be honest. Alright, so now I should be able to do the last of these. Whoops. There we are. So now that gives us our 3 positive and 1 negative bit, or rather bit pattern. And now we have infinite water to bring with us as well while we work on designing this. So the design for this is going to be kind of difficult, I think, but, or rather not difficult, complex. I'm looking for a complex water design here, like a waterfall design that's not just kind of boring and bland. So I've marked out, with lighting of course, I went ahead and lit all this up, but I've marked out sort of an area where the center is, and then where some of our outlying areas are. Move Greta out of the way, and maybe Blue as well. Let me see if these guys will come over here. Don't make me get the leash. And y'all can just sit here for now. And I'll push Mala. Mala never listens to me anyway, so I'll just have to push her out of the way. But that's exactly how it is in real life anyways, so, you know, kind of makes sense. So yeah, we'll go ahead and map out an area. Kind of like that, I think. And if we did something along these lines. Yeah, I think that should be good. So this will now be the floor of our... What's the word I'm looking for? Not fountain. It's not even the floor of the fountain. It's like the basin of the fountain? I'm not really sure. It's not really... The word floor isn't really the one that I'm looking for, although I guess it would work. So the fountain is not going to be too terribly complex. I'm just thinking about doing one of those cool little bowls in the center where it's like, well, here, let me see if I can describe it with bits, and we can then just take a negative shape if we decide to change this. So we would have something like, let me narrow this down on all sides by about that much, and then now we can do line tool, we'll take off, oops, 5 from the corners. Let me go change that control, by the way. There's a control in here, undo. The undo command is one of the most useful commands that Chisel and Bits has, if you ask me. So it would look something kind of like that, and then we'd have another one on top. So it would be like this, except we would come in with our plane tool and shape it down a little bit. And so now I'm thinking what we could do is just kind of shape this out like a bowl. So it would be literally exactly the same as just kind of following along this entire time, like along this entire route. So we're just going to outline this over and over. So let me kind of get the outline done, and then I'll be back when I think I've got something that looks relatively bird bath shaped. So I'm no artist, but this is about as good as I'm going to get with a bird fountain. And you know, it's not great, but it's definitely something. And funny enough, I think I might actually put parrots around if I can get parrots, because that seems like the perfect thing to have at a bird fountain is a bird. Even though it's not really the right kind of bird, but you get the point, I hope, probably. So, the problem now is that I actually am looking for marble. I don't have any marble, and so I guess that's where I'm gonna call the episode. We've done a lot this episode anyways with the Tinker's Tools and digging around that nice big open underside. I'm gonna work more on that new workspace underground quite a lot in between episodes, just kind of cleaning it up and preparing it for decoration, possibly even decorating it, but that'll be a montage as I do that. But this, I'm going to just go ahead and do off camera because it's not going to be all that exciting. It's just going to be a little bird bath style pool thing, and I'm going to have maybe something like this, but then maybe something with some greenery, because the problem is that, and I could have used an apothecary if I had Botania, but we don't. We're on 112. But I kind of just wanted something natural looking like this anyways. So I'm going to play with water. I want to do chiseled water bits a lot, and just kind of play around with the appearance, making this area look kind of nice and green and open and lush, because I've got the bushes already, and I really like that. And I like that aesthetic that they bring. So keep in mind, this is just a stencil. This is not the actual material that it will be. I just kind of want this here as my shape, my loose shape. So I'm going to go and see if I can find some marble, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you in the next one.